They were number one on the radio for 5 years in a row.
I've listened to Tiny and Katy since way back.
Now, they're the number one podcast at WAYZ.com.
I love the Tiny and Katy Show.
It's the Tiny and Katy Show.
Hey, I'm Tiny.
Hey, it's Katy. Happy first week of May. Can you believe it?
It feels great. I absolutely love it. The weather as we are recording this is just absolutely gorgeous. Why we're inside, Katy, I don't know, but nonetheless, it's our 10th episode.
I cannot believe. Didn't we say we were going to do something crazy for episode 10? Like,
should I show my boobs?
Yes. Let's get real wild and crazy. Not one single person wants to see that. Not one single person. Everybody, now that you've put your shirt back down, the world heaves a collective sigh of relief.
There you go.
Well put, right?
You know, think that, and this is going to seem random, but to think that my breasts could have, if someone's watching, because YouTube is worldwide, could have been seeing this in Constantinople is absolute. Could it be like Constantinople?
That's exactly what it could be. Yes, Tiny, you hit the nail right on that head. Hey, Tiny, what kind of bee likes to drink milk?
I don't know.
A booby.
One of the, I don't know. I think it was you and I that saw this meme one time. It was something about a woman was just discovered to have 13 breasts, and then the punchline was, "Sounds funny, doesn't it?" Or have 12 breasts, doesn't it?
You know what? I have to tell you, I've heard some good puns, but that one isn't the breast I've ever heard.
It's not. Well, it's not going to stick in your mammary, but it's okay.
I hate you. I hate you.
Oh, we are rocking and rolling.
Hello. Welcome to the Tiny and Katy Show, folks.
Yeah, we just got more, I think, risque than we've ever gotten so far
really
on
did.
this show.
Well, that's because you wanted to take your clothes off, and
I didn't want to, but it just seemed like the thing to do.
Yeah.
Because I knew that you weren't going to do it.
I'm not reciprocating that. No.
No.
You're alone. You're alone in that boat.
And for that, the world heaves a collective sigh of relief. Believe me. We went into this, quite honestly, we went into this episode and we really had no idea. I certainly didn't know that I was going to pull my shirt up, but we really didn't have much of an idea of what we were going to talk about. But I do want to start off with this, is massive congratulations for a second week in a row to you, Katy. I saw this video today. Now I'm kind of upset in one sense, but I'm happy for you. There's a video that we will share on the Tiny and Katy Show Facebook page, if it's not already on there. And that is Katy goes to Shenandoah Fit for her CrossFit classes. Mm-hmm. And they did an amazing
They did a great job. Yeah, they did.
I mean,
obviously look at what they're working with. So it was going to be tremendous anyway. But so can I talk about that just very, very quickly?
Well, I want you to, but I just, my focus was my intent was to say, good job, Shenandoah Fit.
Yeah, they did great.
For that, the production value of it is amazing, and you'll see it, like I said, on the Facebook page. Katy did an amazing job. You can tell that if you didn't know before she said it, because she did, by the way, a good plug for the Tiny and Katy Show. Katy, good job on that.
Oh, yeah, you like that?
But you could tell that she is no stranger to the entertainment medium, well-spoken and saying the things. And I don't know if you noticed it, Katy, but there was that little... when you mentioned the Tiny and Katy Show, because you said, I'm Katy, I'm a teacher, 7 years, and I'm also a host of a podcast, the Tiny and Katy Show. You got that that little swell in you. Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm just going to give a quick plug 5 minutes later when I'm done, like the Tiny and Katy Show, find it online at WAYZ.com / Tiny and Katy Show. We also are on Spotify, and don't forget about our YouTube channel. Like, it was like... Okay, so my entire interview was about our podcast, but it was really cool because my gym likes to pick some athletes and just have them talk about their experience at the gym, and everybody knows how much A, I love the gym, and B, I love the spotlight. So they were like, Katy would be perfect for this, because some people don't like to be interviewed like that. They get very nervous. But when the guy was interviewing me, he said, okay, I have a list of questions for you. And I said, I don't want to see your list of questions. I want you to put that camera on me and hit go and just let me roll with it. Let me just roll with it. So he's like, well, I do have to ask you a couple questions. And he would ask them and I would answer them. And every single time on the spot, it was 1 minute. My answers were 1 minute every single time. And I said, well, Will, I am media trained a little bit. I do have some media experience. Plus, I love the spotlight, which leads me to something I wanted to share with you. I don't know if you saw this or not. My kids at school are writing poems.
Yes.
Did
I
you
saw
see
it.
this?
I
Okay.
did.
This student in particular, they're called bio poems. So part of the poem is already, hang on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to multitask and it's not working well. So part of the poem is already done for them, and then they have to fill it in based off of somebody that they love or, care
Right.
about. Well, I did not, this was unbeknownst to me. One of my students was writing about me, but he was working with another teacher. So I did not see his work at all. And when he was finished, the other teacher said, Katy, you have got to come see this. She said, let me also start by saying that I did not give him any of this. This is 100%. He came up with this on his own. Can I read it to you?
Please.
Okay.
And I'm going to put the picture of it up on the feed here.
Yeah. I mean, I cried, obviously. I was a train wreck after I read this. It says, Miss Dickinson, Katy, nice, funny, kind, silly. Sister of David. My brother's name is David.
True.
Cares deeply about her students, who feels like a movie star, who needs the spotlight,
True.
who gives jokes, who fears scary voices, who would like to see different countries, resident of Winchester, Virginia.
Well done.
I mean, can you see it? Cutest.
I'm gonna post I saw it, and I'm gonna post a picture here on the YouTube page, screen cap.
I wanted to ask you a question. Speaking of children, my nieces came to visit me for the weekend. I had a full house this weekend. In Winchester, there's a big festival that happens every year called Apple Blossom.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's massive. I ran a 10K on Saturday. There were thousands of people there. I mean,
Thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
You said you don't. Tiny says he only likes to run races if he gets a medal at the end.
That's true. I remember that. Yeah, there's
We
no
did
medal.
say that.
Yeah.
Well,
True that.
they actually did get medals because it's the first one they've had since COVID. So they just did it up big, and we did get medals at the end.
Let me see it.
Okay. Well, I
Where
have to
is
go
it?
get
I want to see what I missed.
Well, I have to go get it. Hang on. Say something entertaining without me.
Hey,
if you can.
well, in the meantime, let me tell you about Roots Hair Design, Route 11 in Marion, while Katy is going to get that. They have everything that you need, whether you need your hair done, whether you need a manicure, pedicure, massage. They have it all. Route 11 in Marion, just south of Chambersburg. Katy and her staff do an amazing job, and Katy, have yet to get my massage, so I'm going to keep harping on that until we make it happen. I was just talking about Roots Hair Design. Hold it closer. This is just whatever.
Here's the thing is I didn't even get one of these at my CrossFit competition that I did. And I paid
Right.
a lot more money and worked really, really hard on that. So I thought that was really cool. But my brother and my sister-in-law and my two nieces who are 6 and 3, and then my best friend Bridget and her fiance Logan all came up for the weekend. So I had a full house for Apple Blossom,
Yeah.
which was great. And I was watching the girls and they're getting into these really great stages of their lives where they are. Elise is 6, so she's very chatty. She can hold a good conversation. They're both angels. I mean, sweet angels. Lucy's always into everything. She repeats everything. But Reagan is about Lucy's age, right? She's almost 3.
She's just a little over 2.
2. So I wanted to ask you, just because of things that I noticed this weekend, what is like one thing that you notice in your child that really melts your heart? That you're like, oh my gosh, when they do this, I'm putty.
The way she says please.
Is it please?
No, actually, she's very articulate on words that you wouldn't think that she should be. The doctor that she went for a 2-year checkup a few weeks ago, and the doctor was very impressed with the extent of her vocabulary. And
Well, look at who her father is.
well, I took Latin. What do you expect?
I know, the Latin origin of everything.
But she'll just go, please, Dada. And it could be to turn on Moana or the smallest thing. She's just, she's learned, and I'm not saying this to be negative. Dear God, I'm not. Like a dog will learn that if I do this behavior, I get
this.
So with Reagan, it is apparently if I say please, I get what I want.
Daddy's going to give me, Daddy's going to give me whatever I want.
That girl could be like, Dada, cut
Disney
yourself
World?
in the hand with the knife, please. Squeeze. Seriously,
Well,
Dada, sleep outside in the freezing cold, please. Close the door behind me and lock it up. I mean, she already had me wrapped around her finger, but the please is just so pathetically cute.
Mm-hmm. Well,
oh my God, it's crazy. And actually, I say this, and I hope all parents, and maybe you, Katy, too, can understand this because you're a very emotional person, is it almost makes me want to cry.
Oh, I cried
when she says
multiple. I've cried multiple times this weekend whilst watching my nieces. Multiple.
It's
because
just unbelievable.
I don't have children, and it's not. I don't know if it's in my journey. I really don't think it is. And that's fine. I'm good with that. I like my freedom. I like to do what I want and go travel. And you know me, like I'm super spontaneous and I like to pick up and do anything I want. But those girls are the closest I'm ever going to have to kids. And it's the most love that I'm going to feel for children.
Right.
And so, Elise is always my pride and joy because she was my first niece and she is like perfect. Like she really is perfect.
Yeah.
She's so well behaved. She is so well mannered. She's well spoken. She's just such a great kid. And Lucy's an absolute hellion, man. I mean, she's in everything. She's all over the place. But I love Lucy's little voice now. She's going to be 3 in September.
Yeah.
She's always like, Auntie Katy, Auntie Katy, Auntie Katy. And I mean, I'm just like, I don't care what you're asking. I'm doing it. You are going to get it from me. And she, I dated this guy one time and he always said he loved the stage when little kids were like trying to walk, but they would like fall. You know what I mean? Like they can't fully walk a straight line.
Sure.
They're like trying to get their balance.
Like they're drunk.
And he was like, I just love watching. That is like the perfect age. And that would bring him to tears. So I was just curious, what is the thing that Reagan does that brings you to tears?
There was something amazingly that she did this morning, and she'll randomly do these things. I'll ask her before I leave, okay, give me a hug, give me a kiss. And if I ask her for it, she likes to not give it. She wants to, and I'm telling you, if there was ever a personality trait that she gets from me, it's something like that. And this morning I'm getting ready to leave. And of course, Mary's like, cause Mary works from home and she's like, okay, tell Dad bye-bye. And she wasn't actively trying to withhold it, but I was getting my keys ready and everything. Next thing I know, I look down and she's walking toward me. She's not looking up to me. She's just walking right toward my legs and just grabs my legs and squeezes. And I mean, she squeezed me tighter than she ever has, really. And I had the flu about a month ago and I went to work. And I will tell you that today, when she did that, was the closest I have come to taking off from work because I did not want to leave her at all. It killed me.
Yeah, well, that speaks volumes for you because I have seen you literally crawl your way in the back door because of a gout flare up.
Yeah.
And you would not. I was distinctly remember hearing the door open and you were crawling on your hands and knees into the studio because you had gout and you would not take off work.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and I mean it, and that's why it's so difficult. My dad always told me that, he's like, son, I can't explain how much I love you. The only way I can explain it is to tell you that someday, if you're fortunate enough to have your own child, then you'll understand it, but you still won't be able to tell anyone fully. You won't be able to articulate it. And that's the absolute truth. I remember when the day that I had her, I called my dad and the first words I said to him were, I now understand what you were talking about. I get it, but I cannot explain it. And those little things. And I just hope that I never lose the ability to notice those little things and to draw from them that, we've got to move on because I am going to.
Yeah, I'm getting right. I'm ready for it. It's going to
happen. I'm telling you it. So we'll move on from that. Cause if you want to get me, if you ever want to, that's why if I were an actor and they said this scene calls for you to cry,
you just think
I know exactly what I would do.
Yeah.
I'd start talking to somebody about Reagan and then I'm like, roll film, let's go.
Yeah.
And they start.
Is this a bad personality trait? I don't really know. The other day I wanted to play a prank on one of my coworkers, and my friends were saying, go in there and act like go in there crying and say something. I can't even remember what the prank was. It was, this was April Fool's. So this was a month ago.
Okay.
And they were like, go into this room and cry and say something. I can't remember. And I was like, okay. And they said, can you make yourself cry on command? And I thought, I don't know, maybe, let me try. I mean, tiny, full-blown tears rolling down my face within like 5 seconds. What does that mean about?
Of?
I wasn't really thinking of anything. I just like squished my eyelids together and just started crying. And then I was okay. Oh, wow. This is really on the spot now. Okay.
This is coming. It's happening. I tell you what, you have as long as it takes to get this in from Roots Hair Design, Route 11 in Marion, to start crying, and we will be right back in just a minute to see if and this won't be edited for time or anything, so this is real time, real deal. When we get back, we're going to see if Katie's crying. It's the Tiny and Katy Show coming back in just 1 minute.
You don't want your hair just cut or styled. Get your hair designed at Roots Hair Design, 5459 Molly Pitcher Highway in Chambersburg, 717-375-2130. How about a women's cut? $32, $35, or $38? Guys, you're not going to get a better price on the cut you're going to receive at Roots Hair Design than $23. Now, if you have a teenager, they're getting ready for those summer pictures, prom season's coming up, girl or boy, $25 and $20 respectively. A kid's cut, just $18. Maybe you need your roots touched up, they have that as well. And they can do your nails, take care of your lashes, facial treatments, waxings, and what I plan to get is a massage. Roots Hair Design, 5459 Molly Pitcher Highway in Chambersburg. $10 off your first service to any new guests, and they're approaching their 12th year in business. You don't last that long if you're not doing something, or in their case, a lot of things right. Roots Hair Design, we can't thank them enough for being part of the Tiny and Katy Show. More of the Tiny and Katy Show starts now.
I don't have anything yet, but it looks like it, right?
You know, you had me a little concerned there at first.
I can't. I don't. I'm in too good of a mood today. I had a really good weekend. I had a great weekend.
I mean, still, you know, if you hadn't stopped when you did,
I would have been able to do it.
Sat there with this. I thought my instant thought was, if I walked in a room and saw her sitting there like that, I would have thought that someone died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So basically, I should be an actress, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying that. No, not at all. Not even close.
I should be an actress or a famous singer because of my sweet, sweet angel-like voice that I have.
Well, Katy, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that leads me to this next thing. We haven't done this in a while, and we are at episode 10. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to play
Titanic, my heart will go on.
Hang on. We're going to play the video of all videos. Let me give you some backstory, and then what we're going to do is we're going to end this episode with this video, since it's episode number 10. Now, I know it's going to be one of the shorter videos that we've done, but let's just get right into it. I used to have this thing I would say, and this is back when, mind you, people didn't capture everything on video like they do on their cell phones. But I got some hellaciously good footage from time to time, and primarily it was Katy, which is fine. She didn't know.
I love that. Yeah, and
absolutely.
I personally love being on camera.
So, do you remember what we called it, Katy?
The mom, the actual contest.
No, the tiny,
Katy Cam. Katy Cam 2000. Katy Cam.
Tiny Cam 2000.
Oh, Tiny Cam 2000.
Yeah.
Well, one of my favorites, and this should be shared at some point. You have to understand that when Tiny and I did radio together, we found ourselves in some crazy situations where.
Oh yeah.
And I think the beauty of it was, I'll do anything. Like, you ask me to do it, you dare me to do it, I'm doing it. And Tiny would sit back and watch me make an ass out of myself and record it and then upload it, and everybody would laugh about it.
And then I would ask her to do something.
And then, like, for example, do you remember when I put on the bite suit for the dog?
Yes.
The canine? That was terrifying. We were at this event, and they had were they in training? I don't really remember. They just had
it was a demonstration. The local canine task force was there, and he just had the dog. It was part of a community day type thing.
Yeah. And they said, Katy, do you want to get into the bite suit and let the dog take you down? And I was like, hell yeah, I do. Why would I not want to do that? And all you hear is Tiny, that stupid laugh that he has. And I'm not one to talk because mine's so good. He is just losing his mind laughing. And remember, I was like trying to find the dog when I was on the ground. I was like, Is it around anywhere? So when we went to all that to say that was another great video, but we did this competition. What would you call it at Sunrise?
Yeah, it was
It was a contest. It was a contest.
Yeah, it was a
how well-
contest. It was like a how well do you know your mom or something to that
Yeah,
effect.
for Mother's
and
Day.
Amazingly, it was around Mother's Day, so it's I mean it's years ago now, over 10 years ago. So what wound up happening was we had kind of downtime. We were waiting for everybody to arrive or something was going on, but the point is that there was just a touch of downtime, and there happened to be a keyboard, a very nice one, sitting to our left as we were the quote unquote hosts of not the hosts, we were the hosts of this event. And Katy saw this keyboard, and it's kind
Game
of
over.
like you would equate it to me if I saw a buffet. Back then.
Yeah, not so much anymore.
I was not gonna walk past a perfectly good buffet and not sample what was on it. Katy was the same way with a piano or a microphone. I'm not gonna just walk past and let this opportunity go to waste.
No way.
So they wind up. She directs them to take this. So they take this keyboard, and it was not this small, like little. I mean, it's a full size deal. Bring it out, plug it into the speakers, get it all into the sound system, so that she can play "My Heart Will Go On" from Titanic. Now, she had told me I had never heard her play this because we'd never been around. No, we'd never been around a keyboard.
Okay.
But I had heard, oh, Tiny, I took piano lessons. I do
know
blah,
how to
blah.
play.
This had been built up to me. So I'm thinking she's gonna nail it. Now, mind you, it was just playing. Okay, it was just
nail it.
It was just a matter of playing the song, not singing the song, playing the song, tickling the ivories. So when she brought the microphone over, I didn't know why that was happening. Okay, now I will tell you this. Going into this, here's one thing that I knew without a shadow of a doubt. Katy is completely tone deaf. And I don't mean just off key occasionally. The mistake would be if she's on key. If she finds the key, that's the rarity. Okay? But her baseline of operation is tone deaf. Never ask her to sing, nothing. So, long and short, she says, I'm going to play My Heart Will Go On. She sits down, acts like she is playing for the Pope. Okay? Like, I'd like to play this song right now, but and you're going to see this in this video. I am not going to edit this for time. It is about 4 minutes long. I encourage you to, if you're not watching, watch it. You'll get the gist of it if you hear it, but I'm telling you, you should see it. So she starts to play this and then messes up. Playing it, mind you. She plays it. She messes up and she goes, can I start over? So we're like, yeah, go ahead. So she starts over. Next thing I know, she finally gets to the part where the singing would otherwise start, with Celine Dion. Okay. And Katy breaks into this, and I'm going to do my best to impersonate how she did this. Every night, my dreams, I see you, I feel you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then it's, can I start over again? So it's do, and then she starts speeding it up. Like I just gotta, in my mind, I gotta get through the first couple bars, blah blah blah, and then every night, folks, I'm telling you, what you are about to hear is gold if ever there was. If you are driving right now, listening to this, pull over. If you are in a place in your work where you have some type of decorum that you need to have, then I would suggest you go into a private room. If you have not relieved yourself, do it before you see this video or hear it. Okay? So Katy, do you have anything to add before we break into this?
If you're feeling remotely nauseous, I would also advise you to not watch the following clip either.
And I'm going to apologize ahead of time because when she breaks into this, I don't know that I have ever in my life laughed as hard as I did at this. I thought I was hyperventilating. I was dying.
Somebody recorded you recording me because
Did they?
Yes. And all you see is that vein that sticks out of your head when you laugh really hard. The vein was out and you were just like,
dying.
It looked like you were going to pass out. Yeah. I've never seen you laugh that hard.
It was so almost out of body funny that I really do not actively remember doing it. like filming. Obviously, I did, and I can be heard in it, and somebody obviously, like Katie said, got video. But I'm telling you, get ready.
It's the best. And you know what? Every year around this time, it comes up on Facebook, and Facebook is always like, do you want to share this video? Yes, Facebook. I want to share it every year until the day I die. Every year.
Fast, and in a hurry.
For everybody.
So here it is.
Yes, for everybody's viewing pleasure.
So here's how we'll end this. I'm Tiny.
I'm Katie.
This is the Tiny and Katie Show, episode number 10. Our gift to you for sticking with us for 10 episodes. May not seem like a big deal to a lot of people, but we didn't know how this was going to go. This is our gift to you. Katie singing, not well, mind you, My Heart Will Go On from Titanic. We will talk to you next week.
All right. Are we filming? Mm-hmm. Welcome, everyone, to Sunrise Computers and Electronics in Chambersburg. It is our How Well Do You Know Your Mom contest, and we're so glad that all of you are here. Give yourselves a round of applause for being here. Now, you weren't aware of this, but we have some pre-show entertainment. Katie is a wonderful performer. She plays the piano, albeit not well. And she has agreed to play Titanic's theme song, My Heart Will Go On. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Katie.
All right, y'all. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. A little bit about me, born and raised in Nashville. And very excited about my debut right now. Dim the lights here, Eric.
Where does the southern accent come from?
This is the theme song from Titanic. Tiny, pay attention. My heart will go on. I'm going to go ahead and start over.
That's not him, bud.
I'm so nervous. Every night in my dreams I see you. I feel you, that is how I know you. Go on, oh yeah. Keep going. Far across, oh God, hold on, hold on a second. Can I turn over? Every night in my dreams, I see you, I feel you. That is how. Actually, this isn't really working for me. That is how I know you go on. Oh yeah. Far across the distance and spaces between us, you have come to show you go on. Oh yeah. Far wherever you are, I believe.
Katie, look who's here.
On. Oh yeah.
Oh God, have mercy, Jesus. Let's give it up for Katie.
I actually can play the song, but I don't think I can do it both at the same time.
Oh, wow.
Can I try just the piano again? Tiny?